Hello there, and welcome to a brand new episode of Formula Pod and our 50th episode. It's been almost a year and a half since we have started Formula Pod from the 2023 season onwards, now 2024. And yeah, it's been a long journey to be very honest, which basically just started off with myself, Mihir, and Jason, in which Jason again vanished away. And then we had Vishruti come in, and then, yeah, Nathan being the latest addition. Initially, it was just three teams. Now it's again four. It's four teams now. Earlier, it was just because early days it was just a perspective of Mercedes and Ferrari. Now we have got Mercedes, Ferrari, McLaren, and yeah, sometimes the fourth team just automatically pops up, which is our dear friend Maggot who supports Red Bull. He's not there again. I asked him, but then he was just like, you know what, I'm not going to come in. I just can't take any further of this drama. But anyways, welcome everyone to the show. Yeah, we've got me here, Nathan and Vishruti on the show. How was the race? How was the Azerbaijan Grand Prix?
Ah, it was chaotic to say the least.
Okay.
I wasn't able to watch most of it, but from start to finish, first of all, starting with the whole Oscar on Charles's tail, and then Charles on Oscar's tail, and then Oscar finally pulling away. That was good, right? For me, that was good. But towards the end, what was that between Checo and Sainz?
Again, I think, personally, I'm like, probably he just don't want Checo to get points or Red Bull to pull away. So he just did a favor to probably Lando, being like, okay, you know what, bro, I'm going to crash the car just so that you guys get that lead because now they're on 20-point lead. Max pretty much only got 5 points.
If
That's
anything,
true.
Perez crashing Carlos out sort of helped Verstappen as well. Think about it, because
Yeah, but
Verstappen was
yeah, from
already
the
down.
points perspective, Verstappen got more points.
Yeah,
But thinking
so
about it,
it could be a Red Bull
from
master plan.
a from
Yeah,
a
from a championship perspective, yes, it is. It has got its own kind of thing, which has happened in. But I personally felt like it's like how during the 2021 season, Nicholas Latifi just randomly crashed, and
yeah,
then
yeah,
everyone was like, oh, he got like a what do you call a consignment of Red Bull cans for life. I was like, okay, this probably maybe just something like probably McLaren, like Zach Brown just called me like, oh hello, can you just like pull a move, and we'll give you like a new McLaren car for free or something. He's anyways changing teams next year. Might as well. He may not drive a Ferrari car anymore. Might as well just get a McLaren car. You know.
yeah. That's true.
And
I mean,
I don't know. These are just like certain theories which have been come up again. Nothing which is factually correct. We're just like saying out those random theories which have come out. So like yeah, to all the listeners out there, just a disclaimer. Like
so I
I want to know from Nathan though. What did you feel like? Again, first couple of laps, Charles Leclerc actually maintained the lead. In fact, for like a good 20 plus laps, Charles actually maintained the lead. But again, it was just probably that one turn where, like on turn one itself, where he went wide, and then Oscar just went through in on that inside
yeah,
line and got in.
I mean, before I talk about Ferrari and Charles pace and Oscar Piastri, I think, my opinion, this race has been by far the best race ever we have seen this season.
Okay.
And a lot of people think that, okay, a really good race needs to have a safety car, it needs to have a red flag, there needs to be a lot of crashes, contact here and there. But me personally, I love a race when there is a fight for the lead and when there is constant pressure being put
yeah,
into the lead driver. Now, as much as I am a Ferrari fan and a Charles fan, I got to give it to Oscar. What a drive! A champion's drive, literally. I mean,
yeah.
those two fighting there in front, a McLaren and a Ferrari. When was the last time we saw that? those two heritage teams fighting out again. I mean, it really brought back those moments of Senna, Prost.
Yeah.
It's really amazing to see those two teams from where they were, in the past, few seasons to where they are right now, fighting for the win. And
Mm-hmm.
Charles had a really good medium compound stint, and he really did well on the mediums, and he kind of pulled away. I think he put in like a 5 second 6 second gap on Oscar, but then something was not clicking with the hard tires for Charles. And I think the easiest explanation for that, and this is something that he told in the post race interview, is the crash in FP1. That's what hurt him the most, because that was when he was supposed to do long run fuels, and those long runs are usually done on hard tires, and
Hmm.
unfortunately he didn't have the data to on the hard tires. And at the same time, these drivers, they work on the setup of the car in such a way where it kind of balances the performance in each tire compound. So obviously that loss of track time hurt Charles, and that hard compound stint was pretty difficult for him. So, and also Oscar as well. I mean, we've seen this all the time, even in Monza, and we saw this in Monaco as well. Whenever Oscar was behind Leclerc, um, and maybe before, Piastri was never good on his tires, and that's a really good thing, because right now he's being an amazing driver. He's really taking care of his tires, and you know what? That 2025 season for McLaren is going to be really spicy. And hot take, I am backing Piastri, because after this race, I'm convinced that he is going to be a future world champion.
Yeah.
And McLaren cannot fumble this, and cannot fumble with Oscar, because he's proven himself as an amazing talent, and he's a one to look out for. But overall, it was a pretty good race for Ferrari.
All right, all right. Like again, I want to know now Mihir's take on this. Like, how did he feel about the race and thing? So Mihir, what do you think?
I think the race was a quite boring race. I'm not gonna lie. 90% of the race was pretty boring for me. But the last 10%, when Mr. Mexico pulled pulled something on Ferrari, I think that changed the game. That changed the game, brother. And there's only one thing that came in my head was I wish Nathan was here.
For
Um,
what? For what? What do you mean? I was here. Here for what? I
here,
was
here,
there. I
here,
did witness it.
here at the Mercedes Cafe, when people were really not concerned about the drivers, but they were just very happy that George Russell came podium. But
I can picture their faces.
but
Well, that
but obviously,
there's a reason to go to the Mercedes-Benz Cafe,
yeah.
bro. Like,
But jokes apart, I think the race itself was a very tight race. I think Baku is one of the races where overtaking is only done in a few sections during the race, and Baku is known to be the devil when it comes to crashes, with such high intensity brakes and quick turns and very sharp turns. And I think Baku is a very underrated track. Uh, Only an experienced driver who is capable enough to understand that the millisecond gaps can change the game for a driver and a team, and for the points table as well.
mhm.
So yeah, I think it was a very good run, and I want to talk about Mercedes for 10 seconds. I am giving up day by day.
I mean, at least one. There is one positive note though.
On what?
Has been
That George Russell was not capable enough to actually get a podium, but because of external circumstances, he just got a P3. Well enough for him. Luck is on his side, but
To be very honest, in that end, I would really like to give the tire again. I don't know what was the previous tag. He was what, the tire whisperer.
Tire Whisperer.
Hmm.
He should be not called the tire whisperer. He basically is the fall guy.
I think Charles took that after his beautiful stint in um, This one, Monza, I think Charles took the title from George.
I feel at this rate, George is the only one. Again, I don't know how, but
Oh,
he will be at least that, like after that, like, he will be the third car, and after that, two cars. And again, this only happens when he's in that podium. What do you call zone?
you know what though? I think if the crash with Perez and Sainz had happened a lot more earlier, I feel like Lando would have caught on and overtaken George. Because the way that car was fast. I didn't watch the entire race, but I feel like if that wouldn't have happened with 2 laps left to go, and if that had happened with like 10 laps or maybe 11 laps left to go, I feel like Lando would have overtaken George, and George would not have gotten the podium. Because it's always at the nth hour, whether it be it Austria, be it Baku, it's always been at the last minute. There's a crash, and George on the podium. It's always like that. If George is in contention for P3, and if there's like 10 laps left or 12 laps left, the person behind him, if it's a McLaren or a Ferrari or a Red Bull, rather Max, they will catch on.
Well, again, I will not say what you call the Mercedes. Again, that is completely in a way what you're saying, underestimating the Mercedes car. Because
I mean,
Mercedes car, again, it
the
was the fourth
fast.
fastest car. It was the fourth fastest car. We had Lando, but again, there was a good amount of gap.
That was there. That's what I'm saying. If there were like 10 laps or 12 laps left, maybe Lando would have caught on. I might be wrong. But the speed at which Lando was going, if he had more laps, I feel like it would have been possible.
Because again, I don't know if you guys have seen when you watch F1, you have those kind of graphics which come on in terms of battery which is being used by each driver.
Yeah.
So say in that one, it's majority of the time it showed Piastri and Leclerc. In that Piastri doesn't have any battery left,
Rushing
and
for P1,
and
please.
and what do you call? You've got Charles who's maintaining the battery level at 20%. He does this what do you call during those breaks, harvest some energy and then try to use it during overtakes. But again, this there is even though coming back to Mercedes, even though George just got it out of random, there is one good thing though. For the first time, I think all four teams, Mercedes supplies basically to four different teams, one to itself. Then you've got McLaren, Williams, and Aston Martin. To all those listeners out there, and that's basically eight different cars are powered by Mercedes high powertrains. And in that one, seven cars made it to the top 10.
I think it was only Lance that
That
didn't,
is
right?
a very, very, very first time.
I like that. That's nice.
Like, you have to, like, again, I have to give credit to Williams.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
No, they were
First
amazing.
time, quite,
They were so good.
first time that team qualifies both cars on Q3. Again, of course, Lando Norris got out qualified in Q1 thanks to that yellow flag. But Williams actually made good use of it. And again, Williams' car is very what do you call it performs a lot more better on a straight line.
Hmm.
So again, tracks like Monza, Azerbaijan, I don't know about Singapore, but probably even as a matter of fact, even Austin may be a good track for them with those long straights you've got. You know, it's unbelievable. 10 points that actually lifted them a position up on the constructors.
I'm actually very happy for
May
them.
may I consider? May I just say something, Arjun?
Hey, go ahead.
I think I absolutely agree with you, but it's a very it's a weird phenomenon because obviously you think that these people come to Mercedes because these guys can't produce manufacture engines, right? And since they can't
Mhm.
manufacture these engines, they come and they expect we'll get some great evidence, or we'll get some great opportunities. If you get Mercedes engines, will be in the podiums, if not top 10. But since Mercedes is providing engines and it's in P10 and above, it's like, and it's shocking to me because now I think Lewis Hamilton's choice of going to Ferrari doesn't seem that bad, to be honest. And I mean, I'm looking at Haas as well. Haas engines are flourishing. It was really unorthodox for my eyes to see that Mercedes was struggling to overtake a Haas and a Williams, and I'm sitting there thinking, damn, this is what the days have come to, where a Ferrari has. I don't want to even talk about Ferrari. Nathan, good luck, man. Like, genuinely.
this, this is basically music to Nathan's ears.
Good luck. I mean, Hamilton's joining Ferrari. You basically just said you're going to be a Ferrari fan from next year. So welcome to the team, bro.
You know, I,
I
I
love
I've
this.
never considered wearing a McDonald's uniform, but I think I might consider that now.
We might see more white next year. So it might just be a
Yeah,
completely
fair enough.
different. Or
Ooh,
we
and
might
Yeah,
see
skip
black
the
with
red
Lewis
and
Hamilton.
yeah,
So,
fair enough. I think I agree with Nathan. It's good to be open-minded, you know.
exactly.
My God, what
oh my
conversation
god,
is actually
anyways.
really going on over
I,
here?
I think we should skip away from the colors.
No, but I think it's a very good opportunity. I mean, there's never been a colored driver for Ferrari, I'm assuming, right?
No, because Lewis is the only color driver on like to
In the
ever
history,
exist.
as a matter of fact.
I guess. So I think it's a very big step for Ferrari to introduce, I think it's a phenomenal idea, and Lewis is doing a phenomenal job by doing this. Hats off to him. Honestly, it's not an easy thing to do this.
But you as much as you're disappointed of like a P9 P10 finish. I mean, still Lewis started from the pits, and yeah, the car was such. It was a hard thing to drive. I mean, we heard it on the radios, but I mean, to finish P9 in that race, it is supposed to be. I mean, it is commendable with the car that he has. Obviously, you expect to see him in the front fighting George Verstappen and Lando and everyone else. But then unfortunately, he picked up a grid place penalty, which made him start from the pit lane. I mean, that's a pretty good performance, pit lane to P9.
Hmm.
Yeah, like pretty much everyone were like, oh, Lando Norris from P15 to so and so positions. I'm like, you need to shed a bit more limelight to Lewis because Lewis, because again, from pit line start, again, he didn't get his lights go green at the time when others started. It was way later, and the guy basically had his 349th Grand Prix race start,
Hmm.
which basically equals the race starts with Kimi Raikkonen. And during the race, he actually, what do you call, raced his 100,000 kilometer race
Yeah,
mark,
yeah, I saw
which is
that.
basically two and a half times around the world. So again, I personally think again Lewis still has got what it takes. It's just that probably it's the machine. Now I think it's not Lewis complaining. It's just that he needs to get the machinery. He gets that perfect machinery to perform to execute the task. He'll do the job.
That's true. I mean, they say, okay, fine, Lando did it. He's gone from P17 to P4. Yes, that's a good. I mean, P15 to P4. But he has a fast car. He has the fastest car on the grid. That car was capable of doing that and more. Lewis starting from pit lane to P9 was an even bigger thing because they don't have the fastest car. The overtakes were beautiful. He was able to maintain his position, fight two young drivers, and it was amazing to see that. He fought Franco, he fought Ali, he was sandwiched between them. It was
As
really nice.
as a matter of fact, during the practice time, during the quali or I don't know if it's quali or the race, one of the data actually showed Lewis and Piastri had the same reaction times.
Oh my god.
So I don't exactly remember what was the number, but then it
It could
was
have been race start, then it could have been the
yeah, the
actual
guy.
race because
He's 39 years old. He and a 23-year-old driver having same race start reaction times is impressive.
and Oscar's race starts are usually launched to the front of the grid.
Ferrari fans out there, you better treat him with like
Blink, blink,
nice,
Nathan. Treat him well.
or else all Mercedes fans are like all Lewis Hamilton fans are coming for you.
Mercedes Power fans too. I'm also part of it. I love Lewis.
Part of shut up, man. But
I love Lewis.
anyways, again, anyone feels like to add anything further on Lewis?
I think as much as I love Lewis and I'm Lewis obsessed, everyone knows this. Whoever knows me personally, But I think there's an age and time where you have to forget and look at new drivers. It's like the same thing as Michael Schumacher as well.
Yeah.
And my next driver that I would look up to would be Lando Norris. I think Lando Norris is a phenomenal driver. There are really good drivers on the grid, but I feel like he's such a young blood with so much of energy. I think he does have a slight attitude problem, but that comes with age. He's gonna mature. He's in that winning spree, in that winning space. So I really think that over the years he's going to be as good as Lewis or maybe better, and I really hope for him that way.
Yeah, like definitely, definitely. But in fact, I personally feel more than Lando, as Ethan said earlier, I would place my bet on Oscar because again, I'll basically tell what I felt. Oscar basically, he was like, okay, what he saw with his eyes and couldn't believe that Charles Leclerc won the race with just one stop, and he's like, I cannot. The words were, I cannot believe. He just basically put that I cannot believe into his mind, fixed that, and he was just working towards getting the next win. And again, I don't know what is his routine or stuff, but then pretty much again, he wasn't making a single mistake. Got every corner, every turn right. No, what do you call oversteer, understeer. He did like a clean job.
I need to mention this because there's more context to this. Yes, he drove a brilliant race, but let's also not forget the race before this. He overtook his teammate who was fighting Max Verstappen for the championship in a weird place in Monza at turn 4 with a move on
Mm-hmm.
the outside. He comes into Baku, which is a street circuit, and it's got a long straight and it's pretty technical. But what does he do? He goes down the inside of Charles Leclerc and gets the position. And then he stays there.
Yeah.
Let's also not forget there's more context to this. McLaren have been under the radar by the press, the media, the fans, papaya rules, this and that. But what does Oscar do? He's unfazed. He's absolutely unfazed by it. There was a lot of talk saying Lando's interests are put ahead of Oscar. So if Lando is behind Oscar, they're going to think about the championship. They're going to think about the drivers' championship. They're going to give the preference to Lando. Nothing doing. Piastri's win in Baku sort of signifies that he's there and he's here to stay in the Formula One grid for a long time. And he is going to be an amazing driver. I mean, you can see the progression that he has had in terms of his own racecraft as well.
Yeah.
Like Monaco was, to me, it was a boring race. To many, maybe not. But the way how Piastri in the end just faded away with the space and Leclerc just had like a 5-6 second gap at the end and won is why that race was boring because he couldn't maintain his tires. But we saw it in Baku. Today, he just in Baku he just passed Leclerc and he just maintained that pace,
Yeah.
and it was incredible how he did that from like such a young driver. Obviously, they have the fastest car, but let's also not forget he's in his second season in Formula One.
Yeah.
He's not like Lando Norris, who's been there since 2019. He's just been there for two
It's old
seasons.
furniture now.
I mean, in some ways, yeah,
You did
it's
not just call Lando
unbelievable.
old furniture.
No, I mean, I'm really surprised because there were three rookies that did such an amazing job this race. You had Franco Colapinto, who
Mm-hmm.
finished with Williams and with Alex Albon in the top 10. Oliver Behrman is the driver who scored, I think, who scored points in two consecutive races with two different teams. That's unbelievable. That's an unbelievable stat to have as a driver who's not even part of this grid or the current grid, who's going to be part of Haas next year. And also another rookie, which I said three rookies, Fernando Alonso. That P6 in the Aston Martin goes very unnoticed. And Aston Martin have been on the news lately with Adrian Newey and
Yeah.
everything like that. So it's been a very, very interesting race. That's why I'm saying this race, there's a lot of storylines that is just unbelievable. and it's great. I'm so happy to see these young guns, these rookies, like doing such a good job. And I can't wait for next season with Kimi Antonelli, Jack Doohan as well.
Yeah.
um, and I just hope Frank Colapinto, he gets a seat for next year,
I
because
need, yeah.
But
I hope he gets a seat because I mean the way these guys are driving, it just goes to show like it's sometimes it's not about the car, it's about the driver as well. And if Franco has shown one thing, it's that, he can work the Haas. If Alex could do it and Logan couldn't, it was just an issue of the driver.
the
And
Haas?
Franco,
Did you say Haas?
excuse me, I'm sorry about that. I meant the Williams. My brain is a little somewhere. I'm sorry about that because I was thinking about Nathan's Oscar thing, but which I will get to.
Okay, okay.
So if Logan couldn't do anything with the Williams, and seeing Franco doing this beautiful stint in his second ever race in Formula One, where he's barely been in an F1 car,
Yeah.
just goes to show the talent of his drive and how he works. And I'm actually excited to see. I hope Franco gets a chance to get into F1 next year at least. We know Ollie's getting in, and we know he can work with a Haas quite well. We don't have much experience with Jack Doohan, but we know Kimi would do well. We know Ollie will do well, and yeah, that would be interesting to see. But Oscar, Nathan, when you said that, I got chills because you see, me being a huge Lando fan, as much as Mihir is a Lewis fan, I'm a Lando fan. And I do really love Lando, and I love that he's P2. He's only like 59 points behind Max this year. He has a fast car. He's wonderful. And he is gonna win a Drivers' Championship one day, without a doubt. I am so sure of that. He's gonna win one. It could be this year, it could be next year, I don't know. But Nathan is equally right when he says that Oscar is World Drivers' Championship material, and I am so sure he's not just gonna win one, but he's gonna win more than one because that boy is so amazing in that car. You give him a good car, you give him a bad car, he is gonna do well because that's him, that's his talent. And if anything this year is shown, is that he can do well no matter what the circumstance.
Yeah.
If he can overtake his own teammate, and if he can overtake some of the best drivers on the grid with the best cars, he is so capable of so much, and I'm so glad that he's been given that opportunity and an amazing car to showcase his true talents. Yes, fine, McLaren has the papaya orders or papaya things, stuff that really, as Nathan said, didn't phase him at all. He just pushed. He got the opportunity, he took it, and the way he just designs it to work for himself, I've rarely seen that happen. Lando, once in a while, he's like more than Lando, like driver wise, and the way the mental this one, I feel like Oscar works so much more better under pressure than Lando does. And this is coming from someone that really loves Lando. I feel like Oscar does amazingly well. So I'm just looking forward to see what would happen this year and next year. Maybe Oscar might close in and do get a little bit more higher on the Drivers' Championship than we think he might.
All right. Like Mihir, what are your thoughts with what do you call these recent rookie performances? Because we have been seeing a lot coming in. Of course, Franco, one guy. What do you call Oliver Behrman? We saw in Saudi Arabia. Now we see it over here as well. In fact, just Oliver Behrman stands 16th in the drivers' championship. FYI, he like behind him is Kevin Magnussen, Esteban Ocon, Zhou Guanyu, and Valtteri Bottas. But yeah, I mean, here, what do you think with these new young drivers who are coming in and actually showing that raw talent?
I think it's with age, your reflexes decrease, your your vision decrease. No sportsman that I know likes to be retiring, but when there's
Yeah,
a certain age, you have to, because with a certain age, your ability to do things in that quick of a time or in that span of time reduces. And as a team perspective, I think it's very important for to get new talent, new blood, because all these new drivers, they have such good control over their reflexes and management, and maybe it might get too much for them when it comes to publicity and media, but that could be learned. Look at Oscar, look at Lando Norris. They've all gone through it, and they're doing exceptionally well when it comes to media and drama and whatnot. And obviously, Lewis Hamilton has been under pressure since forever because he's the only driver on the grid. So I can only imagine what these young drivers are going through. So I think it's phenomenal for such young blood, from 20-year-old to 25. These new drivers are crazy, and I love it. There's so much of competitiveness.
Like, of course, like definitely one thing which I again, as you were saying, with the hype and all those, because back in the day, of course, you had a Michael Schumacher, you had a Kimi Raikkonen, you had Sebastian Vettel, you had Lewis Hamilton, you still have a Lewis Hamilton. um, but again, like a good amount of them would want to get raise their profile to that sort, ideally, because again, when you think about Formula One, the first name should basically be their names. Because again, for me, I've been watching Formula One. When Formula One first, someone talks about Formula One, the first thing that hits into my mind is Lewis Hamilton. And I think for Vishruti, for you, it may be definitely Lando Norris.
It is Lando Norris.
Very first thing. And probably Nathan, for you, it will be Charles Leclerc.
No, it's Ferrari.
Nathan, you people, please, if this goes in our
Please,
short video, you
please,
should
like,
see Nathan's
no, no,
face.
I think Ferrari is, no, probably Nathan is just being like, Ferrari is my religion at this point.
No,
He's an
it's
Italian.
Ferrari.
I told you last episode, he's Italian.
It's a Ferrari.
I have lost it with Nathan, but his charisma and his motivation towards Ferrari blows my mind.
Did you see his face?
I
Maybe
did.
did you see his face? He just went,
I,
He,
Ferrari.
he specifically had to turn on his camera just to say this. Dedication.
Nathan, your emotions, man.
I'm sorry, brother. I mean, I gave like a big speech on Oscar Piastri, and Vishruti thought I was a McLaren fan. I'm sorry. I'm just a very
No, I got
passionate
chills. I kid you
Formula
not.
One fan. I don't know. There's something about supporting teams.
Yeah,
And
but anyways, we have basically now got another 6 more races to go. 6 more. In that 6 more races, we have got 3 of them which are sprints. And say again, realistically saying, if you're calculating points wise, you've got 150 plus 8 times 3, 24. So that's basically 174 points up for grabs for any of those drivers. And that 174 points can actually change things around because um, from P1 to P8 on drivers' standings, uh, 170 points is the difference. Between Max and Checo, it's 170 points difference.
I'm
Anything and everything
excited.
could happen. Probably Lando Norris can win it in about 2 or 3 P1s.
I'm sorry. I need this to happen. But I'm excited about the next few races.
Or Ferrari can close the gap even more faster. Because
Maybe
Singapore,
it would be even more amazing
Ferrari,
if
it's been like it has been favorable for Ferrari.
I would be even more happy if Ferrari overtakes Red Bull as well. Nathan joined the team.
it's most likely. It's really possible. I mean, you look at Red Bull's downfall. They've not had a good car since
Did you see
Spain.
Horner's what Christian Horner said after Baku? He said that there was an issue from last year Spain with Checo's car, and they just ignored it because Max was winning races, and I think they
That's
realized it in Monza, and yeah, a little
Well,
too late for that, Horner.
what a nice admission. What a nice admission from that.
It was. I read this today morning, and I was like,
Yeah,
really,
to
Christian,
me,
really?
to me, very honestly, that's just so much BS which is coming out of him.
Yeah, yeah,
absolutely,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
absolutely.
Because again, what if say now again Ferrari ends up making it, because Ferrari and Red Bull are just away by just 31 points.
Yeah.
McLaren
That
and
would
Ferrari
be
are away by 51 points.
This is exciting. It's actually exciting, and
Again,
I'm actually very happy about it.
and you've got Mercedes, which is 167 points away. Which is like what do you call, like how in the last episode, Nathan told about the what do you call when like of Checo's post race statement saying that okay, me and Max are in the same. Max now understands in what kind of boat I
Yeah.
row or something. He's like Checo is in what do you call the Pacific Ocean, and so in the Indian Ocean, and Max is in the Pacific Ocean. Like Mercedes is in that state. Because realistically speaking, only the top four now can fight for the championship. Aston Martin onwards, basically there is no point because Aston Martin's gap, to be very honest, is 394 points.
My God.
In six
Which
races, that is
it's
impossible.
literally just been these four teams that have been doing well, right? Or rather, these three teams plus Max.
In some
I
ways, yeah.
mean, it's
Fair enough.
obvious.
Fair enough. Because after Checo Perez, because Checo Perez has got 143 points on the championship, and after Checo Perez, it's Fernando Alonso, who from 143 just dipped straight away to 58.
Yeesh. Yeah, so it's literally just been these guys.
That's
No
like
one else.
a good 100, like 90 points away.
But I'm actually
You know,
excited to see what will happen from Singapore because number one, Williams have been doing a little bit better. They're finally getting points from both drivers. Number two, Haas is doing a little bit better. Who knows where they'll be at the end of the season?
Kevin
On
Magnussen will
top,
again come back, no penalties. He'll be like, okay, I'm gonna mess it
they
up
were
again.
ready to wreak
No
havoc.
penalties.
It's like, I'm ready to wreak havoc, and he'll come in full mode. Oh, it'll be amazing. But I'm actually excited. I love Singapore as a race. And according to what I read somewhere, VCAB might announce something important. I was reading it on the way back home
I
that,
actually read the story.
yeah, that
Again,
maybe they might
we,
get
we,
in
we
Liam
will know we
Lawson.
will know next this coming week whether Daniel Ricciardo stays in the grid or not.
They are vouching for Liam Lawson. How much ever I will miss Daniel if it does happen. I'm excited either way.
Well, I will tell you this: with whatever happening at Sauber, right now I know is that James Wells is doing the phone call for Franco Colapinto to at least get a seat for next year.
Oh, anything. I honestly,
Again,
he
he
deserves a
basically
seat.
took a car which was right at the bottom, no, like the second, like
He
the
was
second
on the
lowest,
bottom. He was 21st in the
and in two
standings,
races
and
he turned it around.
only
You call raw talent. But
only a
anyways,
good driver can do that. Yeah.
I want to also talk about the prancing horse. Have to give it to Carlos. He being saying, okay, this is not a track which traditionally I have been that great, and still managing to get onto that top four positions in on quali, and realistically giving the fight to Checo Perez and just like trying to get Charles slipstream, but then ending up what do you call kissing the barriers. I will not say hitting the barriers because I want to be a bit too positive with my air quotes. Uh, so yeah, kissing the barriers with Checo Perez. So and even in the driver cooling room they were like Checo Perez and Carlos Sainz actually got some beef between both of them.
yeah, that's so interesting
Like
considering.
again, two Spanish speaking people.
Yeah, that's so weird considering Sainz has been in Spain, but Perez has been in the Mediterranean Sea all this time. So I'm sorry I'm bringing this up again,
I like I like this
but
guy's analogy, the geographical analogy. Like, bro, like seriously, how much like when you were in school, how much did you get for geography?
English.
No,
bro,
geography.
not that much, bro.
I think you need to ask about
Unfortunately.
English because that's where he's. Nathan, why have you done accounting and finance? You should have gone to
That's
journalism.
that's
But I
that
just
is
look at
the
him.
that is the sad truth. Yeah, the
You
finance
would have.
guy.
You would have. Do you write songs or do you just play the drums and instruments? Because you would
Uh,
write beautifully.
I just play the instruments. I just play the instruments. But
Oh my god.
no, it's actually really funny that Carlos. I mean, he's not had the best of luck when racing at Baku. Last
Hmm.
year, it was pretty evident. But this year, he qualified well, and he was surprised. Like when he after the qualifying that he realized that he put up in P3, and he was so happy himself because it's a track that is not suited to his driving style. But I think this is a good telltale sign. I mean, it's hard to say because it's only been two races since they've got the Monza package, and Monza is a completely different circuit altogether from Baku.
Hmm.
So we may have to wait until Austin for sure, definitely, to really see where the Ferrari stands because it's a more balanced type of circuit. And if I'm not wrong, the Ferrari have always been very weak in these medium to high speed corners. That's where they always lack their performance. So that would be a really good place, a really good circuit to know where they actually stand.
Yeah,
But in
great.
terms of the performance, I mean, here's a very weird stat to throw out because I just want to. Charles Leclerc is one of the three drivers on the grid who have more than three pole positions consecutively
Yeah.
on the same track. Verstappen
Yeah.
has that record in Austria, and Hamilton has got multiple poles in almost
Hamilton
every
has got
circuit.
like
So
I would say Silverstone, Hungary,
Hungary is his most I think is his most
pole
successful.
positions.
Yeah, his most successful track. So it's insane how much speed this guy has. Charles, I don't get it. And it's really cursed, right? So he starts from pole. He has so many pole positions, but he only has 7 wins. It's so it's
Yeah.
it is what it is. He's fast in one lap, but fortunately, the Ferrari this year have a good race car compared to the other seasons. And Ferrari have mentioned this as well, that in the past few seasons that they've had a very good car that could put the car up in front in pole and do really well in qualifying, but they'd fall down in the race. But this time they actually fought in the race, and they somehow managed to he somehow managed to keep the car behind Oscar for such a long time. And I'm so surprised that the tire deg kicked in at the end of the race. I thought he was just going to lose it, 15 laps, 16 laps into his hard tire stint, but he somehow kept that pressure to Oscar, and that car is right now in a good place. So I don't know. Let's see where this performance is going to translate. If this is going to translate into a P2 finish and hopefully finish ahead of Red Bull in the
Well, again,
standings.
the fight for P2 is on because Lando Norris and Charles Leclerc are separated by 19 points,
Yeah.
and Charles Leclerc and Oscar Piastri is separated by 13 points.
I'm
And
very excited about
Max
that.
Verstappen and Lando Norris is separated by 59 points. So, again, Max, if he's just ending up, what do you call, progressing with just 1 point, go on, go on, go on. Stop doing
You know,
Punjabi dance over there, man. Hey,
you know, you talked about the points difference. I actually want to bring this to your
yes.
notice because this is something that I found very funny. We can all agree that the McLaren have been a really fast car. Let's say maybe after Imola, I think that's
Yeah.
when we really see the McLaren doing well. So I've got some numbers
Stats.
here for you.
First,
Verstappen,
the numbers guy. Go on. Let's see. Hear
Verstappen,
it.
Verstappen since Imola, after Imola has scored 161 points, and Norris has scored 101 points. And so this is till Imola. So there's like a 60 points gap. We go to Spain,
Hmm.
which is where Verstappen somehow won both Canada and Spain. That was the last
Yeah.
time
Oh yeah.
Verstappen won. The points difference between both of them is 69 points after Spain, between
Okay.
Verstappen and Norris.
Okay.
That points gap has only reduced by 10 points in
I
these
was
last
thinking the same thing.
in these last few races, and it's actually weird that it's only reduced by 10. I mean, Lando has had a fast car since Imola.
Yeah.
Okay, you guaranteed that Max won those two races in Spain and Canada, but then I don't know what's happening with Lando and McLaren this season because they have a fast car now. Is it because they're new to this championship fight? They've never really fought at the top for such a long time. I mean,
For
they
12 years,
when
as a matter of fact.
yeah, when was the last time
12
they?
years.
10 years
Yeah,
ago, they were on top of the tables. Yeah.
exactly. So
When Lewis Hamilton was driving for McLaren.
exactly, Norris's season needs to be studied, even regardless of whether he wins the championship or he doesn't. This 2024 season for Lando Norris needs to be studied thoroughly, because another stat that I want to bring up. This is going to hurt, but Norris after Spain has scored 104 points. Piastri has scored 135 points.
That's
Now,
true. I did see that.
that is just unbelievable. I for someone that's fighting Verstappen for the championship to be outscored by your teammate when the car was really in your favor, one of the best cars on the grid, if not the best car on the grid, it's it's high time. And these next few races are going to be very crucial, and it's so helpful, like Arjun said, that there are sprint races, because those points are going to count
Points.
for sure.
Yeah. You know what I think it is, Nathan? The fact that the gap between Max and Lando did not increase or decrease as much.
Mm,
Because every race you see, Max did not go anything beyond P6. He didn't go under P6. There was never a single race where he scored less than 8 points since Spain. And Lando's also been, what, he's won one race since Spain.
yeah.
And he's maintained that, P2, P3, so the gap isn't that much. And Max somehow makes it up the last. From Spain, he's been on the podium twice. 7 races, Max has been on the podium twice. And that has been in P2. Lando
Yeah.
is either beyond, like below Max, or he's won once and then he's gone ahead of Max. But other than that, Lando's been on the podium, but Max has been right there, right behind him, waiting to pounce and make sure that that gap does not decrease as time passes. Now, we don't know what's going to happen in Singapore. Singapore has favored McLaren last year. Singapore has favored Ferrari this last year, and for a few years it has favored both teams, not favored Max or the Red Bulls. We just need to wait and see what happens. And with the fact that they have a fast car and Red Bull is slowly dwindling, including you could see it with Checo's car, and now you're seeing it with Max's car. You just need to see what would happen in the next few races is what I'm more interested about, because I wanted to bring up the whole point thing because I was actually seeing going through it right now and I was like, how is that gap still there? So good that you brought it up, but I just feel like every single time Lando's gained a couple of points, Max is right behind him.
And
That's
it
why
also
that point
it,
isn't
it
changing.
that's true. It also doesn't help that you have amazing drivers like Russell, Lewis, Charles,
Exactly.
all winning races here and
These
there
guys
as
are
well.
winning races. These guys are close to Lando. These guys can overtake him at any moment. Anything can happen, and that is exactly why I love this year. You don't know. You don't know who's winning the drivers. It could be Max. It could be Lando. It could be Charles. It could be Oscar. It could be any of the top four. You never know. Oscar could win more races. He's won two already. He's equal Lando in 2 years.
As
He's
a
equal
Ferrari
Lando.
fan, I'll give it to you right now. None of our drivers are going to compete for the drivers' championship. I mean,
You
it's
never
out.
know.
But
No, I'm
again,
telling you right now.
I need to put in a set of numbers as well. So in the stat of street races, the king of the streets is actually Charles Leclerc.
100 points. I saw.
100 points over the past 6 street races. We have got 8 street races. Two are coming up. So now the upcoming Singapore Grand Prix is a street race, and the like the third last race, which is Las Vegas, is a street race. And I actually didn't realize Canada was a street race. I thought that was a proper legit track.
Yeah, it's a street race.
This is so funny. That stat is so weird considering how unlucky Charles has been in Monaco ever
But
since this
he
year.
he won Monaco. He's
Yeah,
he's
this
winning.
year.
He's doing quite well. Yeah.
This year.
But
Yeah.
It
I
was
think
just
that
this year.
this year, for every driver, it has been a positive and a negative.
Yeah.
Like the only negative drivers I would say would be Joe Guan Yu and Valtteri Bottas. They still haven't opened the account.
Apparently they got the
Even
fastest
even
pit
what you
stop.
call a Franco Colapinto came for 2 races. He opened his account.
He would have
Yeah.
given Logan a little bit more effort. I think he would have surpassed these two too.
At this rate,
I
I
don't know
actually
what's
feel
up.
like James Wall should have actually kicked him out a lot more earlier.
I don't know what's going on with these two. I genuinely wish their team because when they were Alfa Romeo, they were fine. Like
Hmm.
they were at least scrimping, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know what's up with them this year. It's more than half. Their season's gonna get over in 3 months. Get at least 1 point. Are they just gonna scrap the team and start a new one again next year just because it's not a single point? That's not even possible.
Again, it's just one more year of this regulation, and then a new set of regulations come in. So they are, as far as they're concerned, it's like, okay, we are just here for existence.
Who
Uh,
knows? 2026, it could be
because
Sauber on top.
because Shruti, see, it took them about, we've got 24 races. So right now, this is basically their, what do you call, their 18th race. It took them 18 races to get the fastest pit stop.
Remember the first race?
Like
55
I
seconds.
remember Saudi Arabia, they took 24 seconds on one pit stop.
You remember the first race? 55 seconds.
Yeah, I
They were trying
remember.
to figure out the bolt issue.
Like that's like a
It's
full lap.
it's the
Oh my
small
god.
wins, guys. It's the small wins. That's what Kick Sauber's motto is. The
One
green
Again,
dustbin.
tiny
when,
point, Nathan.
when that car launched, I actually trashed that car quite literally.
I think we all did. I think the only one that
No,
liked it was it you, Nathan, or was it Mihir that
no, no, no,
liked it?
no. It was
The
me who liked it. I called
I'm
I
sorry.
called
I'm
the
calling it
car.
a green dustbin for a reason. There's a
oh yeah,
reason.
it was Mihir that
No,
he
no, no.
liked it.
I called that like someone who just basically
Flovis. You
thought,
said Flovis.
I didn't say Flowers. I said green
One of
highlight.
us one of us said Flovis.
I
Permanent
told
Flovis.
green highlighter.
Oh no, wait, I said permanent Flovis.
Again, that is, to be very honest. If anyone just wants their brand to be visible, Kick Sauber is their destination. Like probably, I believe even what do you call it? You won't even believe, even on F1 Fantasy, the team value dropped. Like no joke.
Oh
Like
my
wait, wait,
god.
since,
Why?
since you're
They
talking
need
that,
to.
I'll tell you. I'll exactly tell you what is Kick Sauber's value right now on F1 Fantasy. Again, so people who don't know about F1 Fantasy, it's a fantasy league which is done by F1. So if I am going to the team,
Oh, no, while you.
Kick
Uh huh.
Sauber is Kick Sauber is the least what do you call least value team. It's only valued at 6.9 million. And the most
Say who?
valued team is Red Bull, which is 29.2 million.
Ooh, who's second?
McLaren with 26.4, Ferrari with 24.4, Mercedes with 23.7, Aston with 15, Haas with 11.1, RB with 11.8, Alpine with 11.1, Williams 7.2, and Kick Sauber 6.9.
I feel like Williams will increase if it can. I see. I just need. I know I can't do anything about it, but I just wish I could like go to someone in Kickstarter and just like shake them and be like, figure out what's wrong with your car or what's wrong with the team because not getting a single point in 7 months, 18 races is quite concerning. Not even a single point when you have Valtteri Bottas as one of your drivers. It's not the driver that's the issue because like
I
even
think,
Zhou Guan Yu scrimped and got some points last year, but
uh
something's off because Valtteri was at the top a few years ago.
again, I'll tell you this. Valtteri is having his best time of the year because he's like, he doesn't have to go for these, what do you call, team events and stuff. They're very low on promotions. And Valtteri
Yeah.
is doing his own promotion and building his brand value.
Those
He's
little calendars, my god.
cool F1 drivers who's got a mullet, who basically got an athlete girlfriend rather than the ones which are there who are like, oh, like
Miss
home and
Penny.
not the
Hey, hey,
not
hey, hey, you forgot Lily.
call what do you call those the current F1 drivers' girlfriends?
Oh,
Models, wags.
Yeah, they
I
again.
want to be a
This
wag
is
so bad.
like
I'm
again,
sorry.
Valtteri Bottas's girlfriend is actually a proper athlete.
Yeah. I mean, I think out of all the drivers, I think only like two of them have athlete girlfriends. One Valtteri and two Alex. She's a
But
golfer. Oh my
again,
gosh. She's a
I'm not talking about F1 bling over here. I'm talking about Formula One, the race.
I
Uh,
wouldn't
I'm,
care. I
I'm
need a
really
show on
sorry
the wags.
wanting the conversation over here. Uh, but yeah, but looking down by each team performance wise, I would say again there is a considerable amount of improvement which is coming up. Every team by team they're fighting for it.
Haven't Sauber actually had upgrades on their car? They should have by this time, right?
Again, we don't know because I don't
There
know.
has been zero
Uh,
improvement.
I haven't seen anything, and the car has been consistently in that P15 P20 case.
What was the best race they had?
China,
Seriously? Ah, Joe. Makes sense.
because Joe was very close to points.
Oh,
He
in
finished P11.
P14, yeah.
He finished
P14,
P11 though, so P14.
P14. Okan was P11. Oh, happy birthday, Okan. Sorry, that just came out.
Lol. Oh,
Joe was P11 in the first race.
yeah. That's
Bahrain, he was
why
P11.
he's ahead of Bottas in the championship.
Valtteri, yeah.
because the minute Bottas gets points, he is going to go up. Because I think since then, all races Bottas has been ahead except for China. But again, let's talk predictions because we've been going for so long. Singapore, the Grand Prix, race win predictions. Let's go. Nathan,
Ooh, this is going to be an interesting race.
it's going to be a tough prediction though
It
because
is
now you
tough.
don't know who is going to get because every race we're having a different race winner.
Exactly. And based on like the information that I know, McLaren are bringing a very good, strong package for Singapore.
Yeah.
So, I mean, no doubt they are going to be at the top of the field. But the race prediction is going to be hard because you have four teams sort of, fighting for the win, fighting for those top three positions. And it's a street race. So, a safety car, a red flag, anything can happen. In Singapore,
Expected.
what's the weather like, Arjun, during the
It's
weekend?
so again, as per George Russell's Instagram, it was raining.
It was raining. That's what. So the Singapore has very volatile weather, and if it rains, it chucks down. It goes crazy when it rains. So with the rain, with the street
Okay, so
track.
I just got the actual
Hmm.
what do you call the forecast. So
Okay.
temperatures will be at their highest during FP1, sitting at 31 degrees Celsius, while FP2 will drop to 29 on Friday. Saturday evening is expected to be dry and sunny, once again following a daytime filled with thundery showers. Temperatures are expected to reach to a maximum of 32 degrees Celsius at 30 degrees Celsius at the Marina Bay Circuit. On the race day, the track is expected to remain dry during the race with high temperatures throughout the day and evening, but 75% humidity forecast is reported.
Okay. So there is no rain, but
But
I
they
mean,
know
there is rain scheduled, but not during the
there's
time.
a 5% chance for rain.
how much percent?
Sorry, not yeah, a 5% chance for rain.
Okay. So
But
that's
during
very
the
low.
quali, there is a 20% chance for rain.
Okay, that's okay. So
Interesting.
the
If it's a
race is going
wet
to be completely
quali,
dry.
I
Yeah.
am betting it on the experienced ones.
Oh yeah, definitely. But if it was to me, if I were to give the predictions for Singapore, uh, I think it's going to be a McLaren 1-2 because just clearly McLaren have to buck up. Lando Norris has to. I mean, if he's fighting for this championship, he has to start winning races. And Piastri, I mean, I'm not going to count him out. He's an amazing driver. I talked about him so
Yeah.
much this podcast. I'm a I'm a Piastri fan now, but um, I don't see any other way. I see a McLaren 1-2 and maybe a Ferrari P3. Yeah,
That would be nice,
that's my
yeah.
prediction.
All
That was
right.
my prediction for Monza, if I'm not wrong.
But yeah, Vishuti, go on. What is your prediction?
I'm actually same as Nathan because we've already seen McLarens and
So it's a
Ferraris do
1-2 McLaren and 3 Ferrari.
3-4 Ferrari actually.
Are you sure Oscar is going to give the DRS to Carlos?
Actually,
Or Lando giving the DRS to Carlos to return the favor? They better do.
I
His,
hope. I mean,
because
I
he still owes Carlos.
he owes Carlos, and I am. I need. Who knows? I mean, it would be nice to see Carlos on top again because Singapore first race win. I need him to do well in Singapore again. I feel like it'll be Lando P1, Oscar P2, Carlos P3, Charles P4, Max P5.
I like how you've just taken off Mercedes out of the mix. Thank you. But yeah.
Or maybe a Mercedes P5. But
I
not
don't understand just this double stand situation.
not I don't know whether it's a need or a want. But I need, yeah, I guess that's the word coming out of my mouth.
Okay, fine. Cool.
I need a McLaren 1-2 and a Ferrari 3-4.
Okay, so I would say, again, Singapore being Singapore, you cannot, what do you call, in terms of performance wise, yes, there can be a toll because of humidity concerns. And again, I am not going to say a McLaren 1-2.
Ooh, okay,
I would give it the podium of last year, which is a Ferrari, McLaren, Mercedes.
interesting.
with Ferrari winning, Arjun.
Yeah.
In this circumstance,
Interesting.
Again, I told in Monza, my prediction came out true.
Yeah, you just got the wrong driver.
No, but still, I got the wrong driver, but then I still got the prediction correct.
You got the team right. Yeah, I'll give you that.
I got
But
the team right. I told it's going to be Ferrari, McLaren, and Mercedes. Was it Mercedes?
no,
No.
it ended up being a 2-3 McLaren.
Oh, it's a 2-3 McLaren. Sorry. Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
Ferrari, McLaren. Yeah. So I got 2 out of 3 correct. So I'm going to say it'll be a Ferrari, McLaren, Mercedes.
See, look again. The Ferrari fan is predicting a McLaren for the win. A Mercedes fan is predicting a Ferrari to win, and a McLaren fan cannot decide whether
because
to support a McLaren powered, Mercedes powered engine car, or a Ferrari. Like what? Make up your mind.
I'll give you my reasoning though, because Australia, for example, Australia was won by Carlos Sainz. I think probably a good amount. I'll not say it is what do you call the replica, but because it's not the replica, it is, but a little bit here and there of similar statistics in terms of how the track layout and stuff is. Not completely, but here and there. So you've got the long straights, and then you've got like the bridge section, you know? So pretty much here and there you've got. And again, Ferrari, with the recent performance seeing on Ferrari, and again, if the tire work is kind of counted quite well, I am pretty sure Ferrari is on the fight for the win. But again, if it's a top 5, I will say Ferrari, McLaren, Mercedes, Ferrari.
but which Ferrari should win?
Why you're giving me this?
Because no. I'm asking you this because be it Singapore last year, we've seen a pattern when it comes to Carlos winning. A certain little Mercedes driver doesn't get on top or at all. So which Ferrari do you want to win?
Let me get you over there. At least a Mercedes powered car is going in. We are good with that.
Okay, but
Again, I'll tell you this. One thing which you cannot even talk about. There is no McLaren powered car. A McLaren is powered by a
but
Mercedes
listen,
high
but
powered
listen.
engine.
Okay, fine, I get that. But with a Mercedes powered engine, McLaren's on top of the tables. Where's Mercedes? P4.
I want to ask you, where for 12 years, where the hell were you guys? What, plucking flowers or what?
Shitty car. I'm sorry, I might be a McLaren fan, but we are a shitty car till this
I
year.
just really don't understand For 12 years, you people were just out of like this randomly there. Last year we won. We got the constructors P2. My driver was in P3.
You
He
know,
just
what I think it is?
listen. Just because of his plankware issues, he was denied his P2's position on the on the drivers' championship in Austin. But Charles Leclerc was also there. Nathan, I'm adding. I'm adding.
Charles and Lewis,
I don't
yes.
even want to recall that race.
Yeah.
Austin was
So
fun.
so basically we know what to do. And again, it's just that we didn't win last year. We were still up on the top. We were still up on the second best team we were.
This is.
So
And
Nathan, back
calm,
me.
it's
calm
okay.
your arrow down because I cannot say calm your horse down because horse is Ferrari for sure.
It's okay. These delusions from these Mercedes fans, it's okay, man. They won
It's,
Note 7
Hey
championships
yeah,
bro,
in a row.
that makes sense.
They're
Yes,
missing out.
Nathan's on my
They're
side.
missing
don't
out.
don't give
It's
me the
okay.
Delulu Solulu business over here. Huh?
Oh my god,
They
Nathan, you're
won
one of
so
my
many
girlfriends
There
now.
is
constructors championships
there is
that
no
they're
Delulu Solulu business over here,
No, no,
please.
no, no.
okay. It's
See,
okay.
Arjun, at this point, Nathan has reached like peak girlfriend level. Like girl to girl, Delulu is.
What?
Oh my god, this conversation is interesting at this rate.
Yeah, I
But
don't know
yeah,
what that is, but okay.
coming back, the driver I would say would be Carlos Sainz.
Bye bye,
Okay.
George Russell.
I will say Carlos Sainz, Oscar Piastri, Lewis Hamilton.
Oscar Piastri, where is Lando?
Land ho!
You wanted same podium as last year. You want same podium as last year? Lando needs to be on top.
Again, I just told the same teams. Drivers can be different. Probably it
My
can be
God,
Charles.
my little angel will show up. It's just that he didn't
Yeah,
get the chance this weekend.
if
He didn't get the chance this weekend because of that godforsaken yellow flag by mistake.
if Charles win, probably Nathan will give me like a full dinner or something at this rate.
I will. Done.
Charles' third win of the season, of course. That too, Singapore. Singapore.
Done. Arjun, that's done. I'll give you a
Beautiful
treat.
race.
If Charles wins, then yeah.
If Charles wins,
Hey,
Yeah.
send me a package also, no? Send it through me here.
No, this is between me and Arjun. Clearly, this is
Send,
something that we both have
again,
worked
again,
on.
send me a package through
hey,
me.
stop third wheeling into our deal. Huh? You want
Oh.
to do a deal, do a separate deal than third wheeling into our deal.
Nathan, I'll call you later, okay? Done.
No, no, you first come back to town and then we can talk about the
No, no,
deal.
no, no, no. Nathan comes here only. I'm not coming till December. Bye bye.
There is no way I'm coming to UK. There is no
Come
way.
on, it'll be fun. I'll show you around. Just hop
Hey,
on Minnie's back and come.
if he wants to see UK, he can basically go and see UK. There is no requirement of like tour guide in the first place.
I'll happily show him around. I've been everywhere.
As far as long as he's got Chat GPT to take him around, he will get the full day planned out.
Oh my god.
Okay. Keeping all of that aside, I know it's been like a long, crazy conversation going on. And yeah, thank you so much for tuning on to another episode of Formula Pod. Please do like, share, and
Happy
subscribe.
50th.
And yeah, thank you so much for that 50th episode. Listen, I thought we would put this to 15 minutes, but then it didn't go for 15 minutes. It went.
I don't think we will.
I'm sorry. The race was too good. It was too good. It was
And
too good.
the post
Because
race, our little banter also.
I feel the past few episodes have been going for like a full hour long.
Because the
You're gonna
races
have
have
a
been
hard
that
time.
good.
Exactly. It just keeps getting even more better. Enjoy editing, Arjun.
No, you're getting it.
Ah.
Until next time,
Next
this is the
time,
whole crew from
Singapore, I'll edit.
Until next time, this is the full crew or the entire crew from Formula Pod signing off. Goodbye.